Movie critic Robbie Collin thinks that Power Rangers is like the worst reboot ever, but he also thinks that they did this on purpose. Because that makes sense. The Power Rangers are sexting, if you're wondering what they're up to nowadays. They are? Were they sexting in this movie? The Purple Ranger and the Pink Ranger means you up? There isn't even a Purple Ranger, is there? They're all like, Triceratops, and he's like, eggplant. They're slut-shaming too. They're also talking about inserting crayons into bodily orifices and pleasuring farmyard animals. Yeah, the Power Rangers have grown up. It's not all this and this anymore. Now it's shoving a crayon in your ass. Also, this probably shouldn't be your takeaway from this movie. I feel like if you walk away from it thinking only these things, you missed most of the movie. It's like reviewing Shawshank Redemption and being like, they play baseball in prison? If you think that last one's an exaggeration, buy a ticket. 5 minutes in, you'll come face to ashen face with the all-mooing, all-hoof-stomping truth. It's weird because I feel like you don't like this movie, but then you're telling people to buy a ticket just to see the things that you didn't like. You're basically that annoying person who tries something crappy and then's like, this is crappy, try it. No, I don't want to try it. I believe you enough. But there's no doubt it sets the tone for what must be the most flabbergastingly misconceived reboot of recent years. Never mind 2015's Fantastic Four. Trust me, everyone never minded that movie. You didn't have to bring it up. In fact, you bringing it up put it back into everyone's mind. So thanks. Which became a mangled shadow of its cast and crew's original intentions en route to the screen. Power Rangers may actually be like this on purpose. How can you on purpose make something that wasn't intended? Clearly, the blueprint for a new film version should have been Pacific Rim, Guillermo del Toro's energized, joyous, multicolored kaiju smackdown from 2013. Sure, but that also failed in America. Yes, they are gonna get a sequel due to the fact that they were successful outside, but a lot of the time, box office results are, you know, from where the Hollywood movies are made, and that's how they keep getting made. So maybe different blueprint. But instead, Power Rangers seems to desperately want to be Chronicle, the downbeat, meandering cult superhero thriller from 2012, directed by Fantastic Four's Josh Trank. I don't know, this is kind of annoying. They should have looked at this movie and followed that movie, but instead, they followed this movie. Why don't they just make their own damn movie? I think you just wanted to throw your crappy movie knowledge at people so that this sounded more interesting. You should have been looking at a Roger Ebert review instead of looking at a Richard Lawson review. There's a kind of logic in Lionsgate handing directing duties to Dean Israelite, whose slight but charming 2015 debut, Project Almanac, unapologetically positioned itself as Chronicle with a time machine. There it is again. There it is again. So Power Rangers is Chronicle, Project Almanac is Chronicle with a time machine, Chronicle was Fantastic Four, Fantastic Four was Spider-Man. End it. The result is a film about heroes in rainbow leotards who battle giant monsters with robot dinosaurs. You know, the Power Rangers. And they weren't in leotards. They were in frickin' armor this time. It was like badass and shit. And it looked good, and it looked real, because it was. It sounds like you're disappointed that it was the Power Rangers. The 5 leads are also wildly irritating, and despite the heavy stress on their diverse racial backgrounds and quirky personalities, weirdly interchangeable. Look, I understand that you don't see color. I get it, but these are very different characters. Their backgrounds, what they were going through, how they acted, and not just how they looked, were all very, very different. But then, you think that body armor is a leotard. As for the Zeo crystal itself, it turns out to be buried underneath the local branch of a name brand junk food outlet, a discovery which ignites an abjectly embarrassing frenzy of product placement. Yes, they in no way hid the product placement in this movie. In fact, they threw it in your damn face, which, whether or not you like this movie or product placement, is kind of refreshing, instead of trying to like cleverly hide it in there somewhere. Before I go crime fighting, I might just have a little sip of this Pepsi, and then I'm on my way. Like, I didn't notice. The ugly and incomprehensible big finish we get appears to have been shot by the Hunchback of Notre Dame and edited by a monkey wearing oven gloves. I don't understand why the Hunchback would shoot poorly. That's my thing. I get monkey wearing oven gloves editing might have a hard time, because honestly, anyone wearing oven gloves editing gonna have a hard time. Hunchback, that doesn't affect him shooting a camera at all. Were all the shots just lower than you expected? Because that can be solved by standing on something. And if I'm not mistaken, he freaking stands on a bell tower for like 90% of when we see him. It's slipshod in the extreme, but no more so than the scenes in Zordon's ship in which the Rangers talk about standing on footprints and watching images in a sphere, even though objects matching those descriptions simply don't feature in the computer-generated environment around them. As Alpha 5 might say, ay ay ay. I just love how movie critics think that working a line from the movie, pandering to the audience of who likes the movie, is gonna make people respect what you have to say about the damn movie. It doesn't. It just doesn't. So you guys let us know in the comments what you thought of this movie review and what movie we should do next. Also, if you want to see a video we did on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers from 1995, you can click right over here to see that, and we got another video down there for you as well. If it's your first time here, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button to let us know you liked it, hit that little bell so you get notified when we have videos coming out, and until we see you next time, geek out and game on.